You want to talk about this sideline broadcasting thing that's a thing?
Sure.
I have some thoughts on it.
Well, we do know that all fake news that has plagued all journalism started with Carissa Thompson. She is the reason we have distrust in the entire media landscape. So, good job. Great job to the mob mentality for going after
Just
Carissa
Dolphins.
Thompson. I did not see enough sports journalists shit on her yesterday. I didn't see enough. I did not see enough people take shots at her, Tom.
But like, when was the last time they so chat say 2011? Like the last time that she did sideline reporting? Like,
Dude, I hate the internet. I hate it.
okay.
You
So
know
there
why
was
I'm so
yeah,
against people doing this? Is
yeah.
because I'm scared. It's a journalist, but I'm scared I'm going to say
Mm.
something and I'm going to wake up one morning and everybody's quote tweeting me, telling me how dumb I am and how I have ruined their entire profession and the integrity of their profession.
For some, but I'm saying the NFL is not going to care that
Yeah.
much. Like, I don't think the
Yeah.
NFL is going to care.
Yeah. So what
Um,
happened? Carissa Thompson.
yeah.
Was
Let's.
she? Was it a Pardon My? Was she on Pardon My Take? Was it a
I don't
Barstool
remember what show she
podcast?
was on.
On the on a podcast, she said while sideline reporting, sometimes she just made up the sideline reports because one, a coach refused to talk to her, or there wasn't enough time for her to get to the coach to get information.
Yeah,
So she's like, so like I would say something like,
they need to play better.
yeah, we got to be better on third down. So the coach said we got to be better on third down. They said, defense needs to improve in the second half. So, so like she's saying stuff that has no repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
She's not like Joe Burrow went to the locker room to do cocaine. It's not, he does not have a hand injury. He's having an allergic reaction to a grilled cheese, and he believes cocaine will help him in the second half.
There you go, man.
She's like, yeah, I couldn't get the coach to talk to me because he has no interest in doing a 2-minute soundbite before running to the locker room. His team's playing like ass. So I'm just going to say third down. If we be better on third down, maybe we can, get a better second half. I stand with Carissa.
I think this is such a nothing story.
Yes. Thank you, Tom.
Like, it is, and I mean this as somebody who really prides himself on like doing a ton of research, making sure like I have the most informed opinion that I can back up any insane thing that I say, right? I get that. But who the hell cares? Like, legitimately, first of all, it's from 12 effing years ago. Who gives a crap? One. Second thing, you are lying to yourself if you ever went, oh man, I can't wait to see what the sideline reporters are going to say.
Yeah.
If there is ever a time that I am watching an NFL game, and I watch a lot of them, and I go, hold on, everybody, let me turn this up. I got to see whoever the sideline reporter is. I got to see what they said about adjustments and after halftime. They are the most generalized, nothing statements because the coaches don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I think the sideline
It's not a knock on the reporters, what they're doing. They're in a shitty position.
Now,
that's a tough spot.
Am I condoning lying? No, I'm not condoning lying and just like making it up.
I do a little.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, like, it's nothing egregious. It's from 12 years ago. Who the hell cares? And there were some interesting conversations that started to happen as well, and saying like, oh, maybe it's talking about like women in sports and like how come coaches do not want to talk to them. And like that could be an interesting conversation, but no, it went where it always went. And it went with this fake outrage, like, oh my God, let's get really mad at this woman for saying they need to play better on third down 12 years ago. Like, it's just not an important, and again, this is nothing against any reporter. It doesn't add anything to the game. It's like sound clips of like, hey, the only time it's important is like injuries, right?
Yeah.
Of like, oh, Joe Burrow's, but they just put it up there. Oh, Joe Burrow's out,
They've
Right, he's gonna be
got
out for the
so
game.
many ways to get that information now that
Yeah.
the broadcast booth, they have it in their ear. Like, oh yeah, they're saying Joe
Yeah.
Burrow. Like, if you got a reporter down there and that's the person actually getting that injury info, like Joe Burrow just came out of the blue tent, he's heading to the locker room. Like, we see all of that. We know that's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I think Adam Schefter reported, he tweeted out, Joe Burrow is going to the locker room with a wrist injury. Like, no shit, Schefter. We all watched that.
Yeah.
And I almost quote tweeted something about it. I was like, nah, I'm going to leave it because I don't want to look like I'm trying to shit on Schefter. But it's like, we know. Now, if they're giving us, and sometimes where sideline reporters actually do get interesting sound bites and nuggets, it's after the game.
Yes.
Like, that's when they get, and it's never like a news piece they're breaking. It's, oh, they're talking to Aaron Rodgers and he looks like he is high out of his mind on painkillers. Oh, Jamal Williams got emotional talking about, was it his grandpa last year? Like, about what it meant to him. Like, those are where they get us something that's like valuable as a fan watching. It's not what Carissa admitted to fibbing about.
So here's the thing. She's also put in that situation because there has to be content made, right? Yeah. There has to be content. And I'm sorry, I have never, in all of I've watched football for a very long time. I legitimately cannot think of a sideline report or anything like that. I was like, wow, that's really deep. Or like, wow, that's something that we haven't seen. And I will be very honest. I think that way amongst like a lot of sports. Because when I was watching the hockey playoffs they were doing the interviews like going into half, and like the players were just giving like the most like, yeah, no, we have to play better. Yeah, we were doing this, and then it's just like the most generic.
We don't need
I'm like,
it.
yeah, you want to get to the locker room, you want to eat some oranges, or you want to get back to the game. It's just there isn't a ton of that, and I think it's the XFL who does it differently, right? Because they have like everybody's mic'd up. Yeah, that I think is better and makes better content and can be more informative than just like the generic, oh, I'm talking to a reporter and it's halftime and my team's losing. Yeah. Well, we got to play better. You know what I mean?
And, like,
okay.
That's not an option for her. Like,
yeah, it's not.
That's how they lose their job, by saying they couldn't get what the company that's paying them to do those certain things. Like, I couldn't get it. You've got a producer saying, like, why the hell couldn't you get it? Then you've got your network, like, you can't get us the information we need for our broadcasts. Like she could admit that. We would understand, but boss might not understand.
But it's also like high-end, like that's also what beat reporters should be doing in the post-game press conferences, right? Like, and also in the conferences throughout the week. It's that, and I'm not excusing like, hey, like you should make stuff up. But I also think if we are calling her out for something that she did 12 years ago and it harmed no one, it harmed 0 people. And the best part is it's more than a decade later and nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Like the only reason that people noticed was because she said something. And it's like, guys, come on. It's nothing. It's all this. It's literally not. But let's talk about the audacity and how outrageous it is that this is even a thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, let's talk to players, let's talk to coaches when they're in the middle of a game and expect that we're going to get something good out of them.